Despite the fact that these two bags have very similar names, the Lite Travel Pack and the Venture Travel Pack here are designed for very different uses. With the Lite being a lightweight clamshell style bag that works great for minimalist travel, while the Venture is a much more robust, top opening pack that's better for carrying tech gear for everyday carry. I've already shown you the Lite Travel Pack in a more detailed review. I'll link in the description. So in this video, I want to focus more on the Venture Travel Pack while also showing you a comparison between a lot of the most common features. Jumping right into the sizing and dimensions, the Lite here comes in two versions. This is the smaller 30 liter that I have here. Also comes in a larger 38 liter version, while the Venture just comes in one size, is a 26 liter pack. I showed you in my full review that the Lite is pretty much spot on at 30 liters, which is what it's listed at. So now I'll show you the true volume of the Venture pack listed at 26 by packing it full of packing peanuts. This is the Venture 26 fully packed out with peanuts. I did remove the tote so I could get an accurate estimate and fill this top pocket separately. It has its own volume. But despite that, I had a problem getting the full 26 liters in there. I think some of those dividers take up a little space, so I'm going to say this is closer to about a 24 liter pack. Again, I think you're losing a little bit of volume here. There's a lot more dividers, sleeves, pockets, and organization structure in the Venture compared to the Lite, which is a much more minimalist pack. Also good to note that both of these bags are going to fall well within the carry-on dimensions for most airlines. However, they're both still too tall to fit as a personal item under the seat on the airplane. So now let's have a look at the materials, which is another major difference between these two bags. As the name implies, the Lite Travel Pack is designed with a much lighter fabric called Duralite. This is designed to balance durability with weight. This bag also has considerably less structure. While it does have a plastic frame sheet back here, it's fairly thin, so this bag, you need to be careful how you pack it so it's not too lumpy. Contrast that with the Venture over here. This is a noticeably much more robust bag, much thicker, sturdier fabrics, coated fabric on the front, thick nylon on the sides, and this ripstop nylon on the bottom that's much thicker than the fabric they use on the Lite. This bag also has quite a bit more structure. See, I can't even really bend this frame sheet. It's really thick here in the back. Helps keep this bag, keeps its shape, and offers a lot more protection for your electronics and laptops. So now let's have a look at the external components between the Lite and the Venture packs here. They kind of look the same on the front with this larger panel on the bottom and separate pocket on the top. But beyond that, that's where these differences largely part ways. Designed as more of a full-size travel bag, the Lite here has more exterior front pocket organization and a lot less interior pockets and dividers. This top pocket is considerably larger. These two have their own volume. Pretty simple organization, just a small divider, pen holder, and a key leash, while this larger bottom pocket has no further interior organization. Compare that over here to the pocket on the Venture pack. Well, this also has its own volume. It's considerably smaller than the Lite, but has quite a bit more interior organization. There's a small divider here, keep these sides separate, and quite a few more sleeves and dividers. But instead of that front panel organization like the Lite has, the Venture has two exterior side pockets. One over here that has its own volume, you can see sticks out a little bit from the main bag, and the other one is more of a water bottle pocket where the volume goes on the inside. And to show you what that looks like so you can see it better from the inside, this one side pocket is very tall, long side access zipper. Volume doesn't go on the inside at all, but you can see it does stick out a little bit from the bag on the outside. The other side is the water bottle pocket. It kind of splits the volume between the inside and the outside. You can see it sticks out a little bit over here, while the volume is going to pop out in the middle. And this pocket can hold quite a large water bottle, actually. And you can see from the side, kind of splitting the volume between outside and inside. I briefly mentioned this tote bag earlier. It's fairly simple, lightweight, minimalist design. Works well, comes with the bag, so really see no reason not to use it. And I'll show you later when I pack the bags up, but it's got some toggles here in the four corners that incorporate onto the outside of the bag if you wanted to carry some extra volume, strap it to the outside. You can see this thing packs down fairly small. It is designed to be stored inside this secret pocket behind the top pocket. Pocket down here, which you can certainly use this for anything else if you didn't want to use the tote. The last external feature to show you on these bags is the laptop compartments, which is actually only external over here on the Lite. Kind of a standard side access zipper pocket behind the back padding. This thing's pretty much maxing out on my 15.5-inch Dell. No wiggle room here, and I can only get it in if I remove my little mouse USB port, and then it slides in just fine. But fairly minimalist padding here. There's a thin plastic frame sheet on the back. It does have a little bit of side padding here and a small false bottom, but overall pretty minimalist laptop protection. The Venture, on the other hand, has a laptop sleeve inside the main compartment, but it's fairly easy to access from the outside of the pack by just opening the top part of the zipper. You don't need to take the whole thing off to get into here. This sleeve much easier holds my 15.5-inch Dell, slides easily in there, offers some really great protection, 2 layers of padding on the front, keeps it away from the sides, left and the right, and has a fairly large false bottom to protect the bottom of your laptop. There's also quite a bit more structure, padding on the back of the bag, thick piece of padding here, much thicker plastic frame sheet. And you can kind of bend this, but it's much stiffer, offering a lot better protection for your laptop over here. There's also an additional thinner sleeve on the front if you want to use this for documents or tablet or e-reader. So now let's move around to the back, have a look at the carry systems. These bags have kind of a similar style, shoulder straps, sternum strap here, but there's some major differences between the padding and the stowability. The Lite uses a mesh-covered foam. It's soft, squishy, and lightweight. Compare that over here to the Venture. Uses a much denser foam. It's about the same thickness, but it feels much more substantial because of the density, and it's a lot more difficult to compress. Also, major differences with the straps, stowability. The Lite here is going to connect down to the bottom with these 2 buckles. Disconnect them, and you can store these straps, tuck them away behind the back padding. The strap setups are completely different. The Lite, this is just a really tiny, thin, minimalist sternum strap here. Very small, lightweight. Compare that over here to the Venture. They use much larger, thicker, kind of a seatbelt style webbing with this slide gate and a magnetic buckle. So very noticeably higher quality over here. Same with the webbing straps. They're about the same thickness on the Lite, but these are just noticeably smaller and kind of less quality material. Compare that to the Venture. Much thicker. These are really nice seatbelt style webbing, permanently attached to the bag, and a nice little hand loop here to make the adjustment really easy. Also, luggage pass-through sleeves, just a simple strap over here in the Venture. It's going to hold it in the vertical position. I think that's nice because you can get to your stuff in the top of the bag really easily when it's over the handle on a rolling luggage, compared to the Lite over here. Large pass-through sleeve behind the back padding. It's going to hold it on your luggage in the horizontal orientation. So now let's have a closer look at the interior design and organization. Again, you've seen both these bags, but a major difference in style design between the Lite and the Venture. The Lite set up more like a standard clamshell style travel bag, pockets on the outside, dedicated volume, interior pockets, lots of organization, mesh zippered pockets, all with their own volume. The Venture, on the other hand, I think works really great as an everyday carry pack, but it is kind of a hybrid design because on one hand, you just open the top part and you can use it just a daily carry pack from the top, but unzip these all the way and you'll have full access into the main compartment. A little further look at the interior organization, stretchy side pocket. You can get to when the bag is standing up, 2 stretchy pockets on this side. This one's a little bit more interior, but you can access this pocket while the bag is standing up from the top. So that's all I have for now of a comparison between the Bellroy Venture Travel Pack 26 and the Lite Travel Pack 30. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And again, thanks for watching.